So hi everyone, we have Rahul with us, All India rank 13 from in CLAT 2022. So Rahul, hi.
Hello, sir.
So how are you doing?
Sir, I'm very happy.
Huh,
I have to pack now, and within 2 weeks, I'll be leaving for NLS.
huh,
So I'm very happy.
happy. So you have
Yes,
been
sir.
like preparing for the last 2 years.
Yes, sir.
दो साल की पूरी मेहनत has kind of got you here. है ना?
Yes, sir.
2 साल पूरा पढ़ा. You were a student of the 2 years classroom contact program at LegalEdge. So वहां से 2 साल की पूरी journey. I think first year में you had approximately 200ish rank, where you had cracked NUJS in your first year itself, and then you took another year and made it to a All India rank 13. And you are a fresher, right? So you had to prepare for 12th as well
Yes, sir.
parallelly. So how was the journey? So how was the last 2 years? कितनी उसमें मेहनत लग गई होगी, क्या क्या चीजें उसमें करी होगी, and कितने सारे sacrifices करे होंगे? Rahul, tell us everything about that.
Yes. But I think the journey was really great because for the first 1 year, I was focusing on all other sections except for GK. So I had this in mind that within 1 year only, I have to be ready for CLAT. And then I gave CLAT and scored a good rank. And then I had it in my mind that I have to improve by a few marks more, by 10, 15 marks more, so that I can get into NLS. So the
Hmm.
last 1 year went around that. And yes, sir, a lot of sacrifices are there because,
So the second year you were focused to improve by those 15 to 20 marks. So most part of your preparation was done in the first year.
yes, sir.
Maximum preparation wrap up कर ली. एक बार पूरा CLAT दे दिया, experience हो गया. You knew exactly what you had to do in the next year to kind of prepare for, or to prepare for NLS rather. है
Yes,
ना?
sir.
And then the next 1 year went to increasing those 15 to 20 marks. So a very important line you said. 1 year of your 12th standard got into increasing just 15 to
20
20
marks.
marks. So that was the focus कि एक साल देके 15 से 20 नंबर पे काम करना है. Great. बता.
Yes, sir. Because I feel that if a person starts from 11th, then also he or she can prepare in the first 6 months or first 1 year. And the same way goes this year because next CLAT will be in December. So even if you start now, I think 6 months is a good enough time for
Good
you
enough
to,
time.
yes, get a
Yeah.
good rank in this exam.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So yes. So why did you wanted to do law? I mean, what made you choose law as a graduation?
So since 8th and 9th standard, I have been participating in a lot of debates and a lot of MUNs. And these kind of things excite me a lot. A connect to the society, but at the same time, some theoretical knowledge of the same. So in this field of law, we are able to apply theoretical knowledge in a very creative manner.
Hmm.
That is why I wanted to pursue this. And apart from that, I took legal studies in class 11th just to see whether I enjoy it or not. And I enjoyed it more than all of my other subjects. And that
Okay.
motivated me further.
So you were a student of Shri Satya Sai School, right?
Yes,
From
sir.
Indore. Shri Satya Sai School from Indore. So yes, how did you prepare for CLAT? As in, what all the areas did you focus on? What were the things that you kept in mind? क्या क्या चीजें तूने करी थी राहुल जिसमें ये तो मुझे करना ही था, and
Yes,
which
sir.
actually ensured that you made it to NLS? Yeah.
So, three things I would like to say, which I did without any compromise and did it daily. First thing was newspaper reading. For the entire 2 years, there was not a single day when I did not read the newspaper. Then, second was giving mocks. In the first year, I was giving mocks every week, one every week. But then I also gradually increased it to two every week. And then sometimes I even gave three or four. So, giving mocks, reading newspaper, and third was attending classes. I did not miss any of the classes. And I think if these three things you do with discipline, then over the course of 1 year or 2 year, everything will get accumulated and that will help you at the end. You will be burden free at the end. Sir, it's like a गुल्लक. अगर आप उसमें थोड़े थोड़े सिक्के भरते रहो तो लास्ट में वो भर जाता है
लास्ट
पूरा.
में आपको पूरा एक ट्रेजर बन जाता है वो.
बिल्कुल सर.
Did you write LET yesterday or
No sir, I
gave
had
it
not
away?
I had not filled the form for it.
अच्छा, एट का फॉर्म ही नहीं भरा तूने, क्यों?
No sir. Sir, I was very confident about CLAT
About
and
cracking
it
that, हाँ.
it was in my mind that I'll get into NLS. So it was only a matter of the rank. Yes,
Good.
sir.
You're pretty confident of clearing the examination,
Yes, sir.
right? Right from the first year. So have
Yes,
you
sir.
always been into reading, Rahul? हमेशा से reading करता था या CLAT के कारण reading habit develop करी?
Yes, sir. I used to read a lot, especially non-fiction, and I
Hmm.
think that helped in CLAT also, because newspaper reading, knowing about world events, that was in my hobbies. And as I said, I used to attend a lot of competitions. For that, you have to do research, and it involves a lot of reading.
Hmm.
So that was always there, because I feel that these three sections, English, logical, and legal, they are completely dependent on your English ability and your reading skills.
Hmm.
And these consist of 100 marks in the examination. So it is in majority. And therefore, if you read a lot and you're good in this, then you can always do well in the exam.
So 5 things that CLAT aspirants should not do.
Should not
At
do.
least five. At
Okay,
least
sir.
5 things. Can be more than five as well. But a very important tips from your side. At least 5 things that CLAT aspirants should not do.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So first thing is every CLAT aspirant should analyze the mock. So some people they don't analyze the mock. That is something that you should not do. You should always analyze the mock because it tells us what your strengths and weaknesses are, and only that way you can improve. There is no
How do
other
you
way.
analyze a mock, Rahul?
Yes, sir. So you read the question once again, and then you read the options. Then you think what was your justification for giving that answer. And then you read the justification which has been provided by the coaching institution which has created the mock. So
Hmm.
this way you can analyze it. And
Hmm.
then mock analysis video is provided in LE mocks. If you
Hmm.
watch those videos, then it will be much easier. And because attention span is a problem. If you face a lot of problem in analyzing, you can always watch those videos.
So you took thorough help of those videos completely. I mean, those were
Yes, sir.
yes, cool.
Sir,
And
if I used to spend 2 hours on a mock because 2 hour
yeah,
mock is there, so I used to spend at least 3 to 4 hours on analyzing it.
बिल्कुल
So
रहेगा. There are close to 150 questions and close to exactly 150 questions, and then there are a lot of comprehension based questions as well. So it takes time for you to analyze all the four answer options.
yes, sir.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
Good.
then so in current affairs, if there is one topic which you're not aware of or some question which you don't know, then you can write it down somewhere in your notebook or you can bookmark it then and there and you
Hmm.
can keep revising it. So
Hmm.
that also takes some time. At least half an hour it takes to do all this.
Hmm. So first thing, do your mocks nicely. Cool. Second.
Yes, sir. So second is don't stress too much about the exam because I've seen a lot of people, they score really well in the box. But when you actually go to give the exam on D-Day,
Hmm.
what is important is your self-confidence and your mental, status,
Hmm.
how peaceful you are in those 2 hours. So people get agitated by things like the invigilator consuming too much time. You should avoid those things. You should be relaxed throughout your preparation and while giving the examination also.
So
So
yes,
that is
those
second thing.
those throughout the preparation. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Third thing.
another thing which I've seen candidates do is avoid the editorial section of the newspaper. I would say don't do that. Please read the editorial section. It is as important as studying current affairs from other sections because
Hmm.
it helps you practice for the 100 marks, the three sections which have 100 marks in this examination. That is one thing. Then second thing is uh, candidates spend too much time thinking about what are the important topics in current affairs. They make a list, which is a good thing, but then they stick to only those topics. And as CLAT has shown in 2021 and 22, it is a very unpredictable exam. In current affairs, it can ask any topic, you know,
Anything and everything. Yes. Right.
anything and everything. So you should not just be limited to a list of 10, 15 topics that you have prepared. You should diversify your knowledge and try to read upon everything. Because even if you don't remember it, it can help you in the exam because you can use your logical and critical thinking skills to guess the answer,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
a very good thing, which is a very useful thing, which helped me this year also. I did not know many answers, but because I used my skills to guess it, I scored more than 20 marks in my current affairs section.
And
So,
how many did you attempt in CLAT 2022?
sir, I attempted 137 questions.
137 questions.
Yes, sir.
What is the lowest mock score, Rahul?
Yes, sir. So I remember in my first year of my preparation, I got 49 in one of the mocks. And that was really surprising because that time I was getting 60 to 65 marks. And then to get 10, 15 marks less than what you get usually, it was very disappointing. And this is the fifth point I would like to say a candidate's not to do. That is not to get dejected by mocks too much. Because as I was sharing with you, sir, also, that in the last few mocks I gave of LegalEdge, I was getting a rank of around 50 to 100.
Hmm.
But in actual examination, I got a rank of 13. So
Hmm.
don't get dejected by the mocks too much. You can always turn your performance around. Mocks are only there for you to see your strengths and weaknesses and to improve.
Hmm.
It is not a exact or guaranteed indicator of your performance in the actual examination.
Hmm. And then the mocks are a bit tough as well. So
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe that because LE mocks are a bit tougher than the actual CLAT paper, the actual CLAT paper looks very easy.
very,
So
very doable. Very
very,
doable.
very, very doable.
Very doable. Hmm. So your lowest mock score went down to 49, you said. And what was the lowest mock score in the second year of it? I mean, so you had kind of prepared for 2 years. The first year we were done with the syllabus. You kind of wrote the examination in your grade 11, scored a rank that was 200 something. In your second year. So what was the lowest mock score in the second year? Do you remember
Sir,
that?
yes, sir. Sir, there were a couple of mocks in which I got 75 to 80 marks. So that was also something because when you give a mock, you aim for at least 90 plus or 100 plus
Right.
because that is what is going to get you a
100, I
rank.
think, is a benchmark. I don't know. There is um, some love with the number 100. Every student feels that if 100 aa gaya, so that means I'm there. 100 ke
Yes,
niche
sir.
aa raha hai, so I'm not sure. Hmm.
Yes, sir. So 100 marks, and then if you get 80,
Hmm.
then you feel like you are preparing for those 15, 20 extra marks, and you are getting 50, 20
Yes.
less marks.
So your lowest mock score in the second year of your prep was close to 75, 80.
Yes, sir.
Went down to 75 once as well.
Yes, sir.
But how good were you with your quantitative techniques? I mean, QT and all. Pretty
Yes,
solid.
sir. Sir, I was good at it,
Hmm.
but what helped me was that CLAT, both in 2021 and 22, did not ask the core QT questions, as in they did not ask it from a topic, time, distance, or
Right.
work, nothing like that. They just gave basic questions in which, if you have the knowledge of averages and ratios and simple things, you can do them easily. But what is important in QT is to increase your calculation speed. I think everyone can get 15 on 15 in QT if they are given half an hour or 1 hour for it. But to do that in 10 or 15 minutes, that is the key. And if you have some tricks which you can adopt, like Vedic mathematics can help. And if you practice these things, then you can get
How
good
much did
marks.
you score in your QT?
Sir, I scored 10 marks. I attempted two sets and gave all
Scored,
the answers right.
scored 10. Scored 10. Cool. Anything extra did for improving your English language, or maybe say legal or critical or
Yes,
current?
sir.
Any stuff that you did additional that kind of helped you extremely during your sectional improvement course?
Yes, sir. So there was one elite tip on the Telegram channel that uh, use your unproductive time productively. So what I did was when I was not preparing for CLAT, one can always go to social media, watch movies or things like that. But I spent that time also reading something I was interested in. So reading magazines or reading books which I was interested in. So I spent that time also productively to improve these three sections.
Okay. Huh.
Yes, sir.
And anything in particular that you read, Rahul? Anything like Rishabh told in his
Yes, sir.
session that Rishabh was reading a lot of extra legal stuff, as in he was extremely fond of reading. In fact, Harshit also told that he was extremely fond of reading certain legal stuff. So they were like kind of reading all of that. So were you like kind of reading certain extra books or some additional stuff that eventually helped you in the examination, or the regular newspapers?
Sir, actually, I read a couple of judgments as well, and the entire judgments from the first page till the last page. For example, the Pegasus judgment of the Supreme Court,
Hmm.
making a committee for Pegasus. I
Hmm.
read it in entirety. And like that, I read the NEET judgment also, the NEET All India Quota judgment. So that
Okay.
I read in entirety.
Huh.
And what I feel is, if you are preparing, and you're interested in these things, these are indicators that you will do well in your 5 years of law school, and
Hmm.
you will do well in this field. If
Hmm.
you are not interested in reading judgments or reading things
Hmm.
which are related to the law, then I think you should reconsider, because that is what you're going to do your entire life.
Hmm. Hmm. And did you have a group of friends in between whom you were kind of preparing, or you just did it solely, or there were like good 3, 4, 5 friends with whom you
Yes,
were
sir.
continuously interacting and all?
So mostly it was self-study, but
Hmm.
I used to interact. Like for example, I used to text Harshit also, who has AIR fourth.
Uh,
So we used to exchange our mock scores and things like
you
that.
guys, you guys must be in touch since last year, because he scored 72, you
Yes,
had
sir.
74, you had a 200. Sanket had a rank 69, I think, last year. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So okay, so you had this small group of people.
Yes, sir.
So and that was more for exchanging mock scores and just understanding as to where is the, so in which
Yes, sir.
direction is the
Sir, it
population
was more like a healthy competition, because
going.
if you know a particular person, uh,
Right.
and then if you see his mock score, you
Hmm.
can feel where you are standing. So
इसका
if
स्कोर
Harshit,
इतना आ रहा है, मेरा स्कोर इतना आ रहा है, ठीक है, मतलब वो एक
yes,
वो फीलिंग हो जाता है कि हाँ मतलब चलो
yes, sir, yes,
मॉक ना टफ होगा. हाँ
yes,
हाँ
sir.
हाँ. कूल. सो the did you like wrap up all the RSMs, all the chapters, everything in it, or did you miss out on a few RSMs and a chapters as well? या तुमने पूरी RSMs करी थी?
So not the entire thing, but majority of it.
हाँ.
Uh, Actually, what I feel is, uh, if what 99% of the things will get you
Right.
1% marks in the exam, but
Hmm.
1% of quality things will get you 99% marks in the exam. So
Hmm.
if you see the CLAT paper, which has been there in 21 and 22, and then you can see what they are testing you on. And according to that, you can go through the RSMs also in that manner. For example, I saw that static GK is not being asked at all.
Hmm.
So I did not do much of the static GK RSMs. But
Hmm.
then the GMB that we got, which was related to current affairs, I
Hmm.
solved it in entirety in one sitting, because
Hmm.
that is what CLAT is going to ask.
Hmm.
So things like that you can, uh,
You can
make.
choose.
Yes, you can choose
And
what you have to
and
study
you
and all.
were always clear of not writing ALIT, or that was your decision that you took last moment?
Sir, I was actually pretty clear about it, so I
Pretty
had
clear about
decided.
it. So you were
Yes,
like focused only on CLAT.
yes, sir.
And why is that so? Why not? I mean, some reservations against NLU Delhi or something?
No, sir, not at all. It is a great law school, but sir, I just felt that ALET's paper last year, this year they have changed quite a lot, but
Right.
ALET's paper is quite different from CLAT's.
Right.
It tests grammar and things like that, which does not have a lot of marks in CLAT. So
Hmm.
I felt like instead of dividing my attention to these two things, I can focus solely on CLAT. But now the ALET paper, which was this year, I think it was very similar to CLAT.
Hmm.
So a person who starts studying now, start preparing now, he or she can focus on both the exams together and can ace it. But I also feel at the same time that there are many things in your ALET preparation which can help you in your CLAT as well.
CLAT preparation,
Yes,
definitely. A lot of them.
that is why I gave 15 to 20 ALET mocks also.
Okay.
Yes, I knew that I was never going to give ALET, but I gave those mocks because I knew that they were going to help me in my CLAT as well.
Okay. One last question to you, Rahul. Uh, Give me a few USPs of your preparation, as
Yes, sir.
in which you would say that kind of worked for you. I mean, things that you did, maybe some sacrifices you made, maybe some
So
stuff that you did as a personality, or let's say you did it consciously. Things that you did consciously actually helped you to crack the examination. So
yes,
what
sir.
were those conscious things? Maybe so I was putting in 14, 15 hours of hard work every day, or maybe 10 hours. I mean, a lot of those things that were that is Rahul's USP. ठीक है, मॉक एनालिसिस इज लाइक सब लोग बोलते हैं कि ये मॉक एनालिसिस करते हैं, न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग करते हैं, बट लाइक आई जस्ट वांट यू टू गो अ लेवल बियॉन्ड दिस एंड टेल अस those things that actually work for you and you think that will work for every aspirant.
Yes, sir. So all aspirants are different, but one method which worked for me was being relaxed all the time.
Hmm.
I did not create stringent timetables that for this hour I'll be doing this hour I'll be doing that. But I created pockets of my time. For example, 2 to 5 was fixed for a particular thing. Then 7 to 8 was fixed for a particular thing. Like these, I had created pockets. Apart from that, I was very relaxed. I did everything
You look,
which,
you look relaxed right now as well. I mean, you look pretty relaxed and chilled and all. And there is no pressure whatsoever. Or there is no uh, anxiety or restlessness whatsoever. I
yes,
mean, I
sir.
think
Sir,
you have,
and
you
that
have
is what
always
I
been
feel.
that. Yeah, you have. I think you have always been that student who has never been anxious and never been restless about things.
Yes,
Hmm.
sir. So especially about exams,
Hmm.
no one should be anxious about exams too much because they are just a means to an end.
Hmm.
They are a part of life, not the life in its whole.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
you should, of course, have a good social circle, interact with them. You should spend quality family time, spend time with your school teachers, and pay attention to your school studies as well.
Hmm.
But at the same time, if you are disciplined for CLAT, I
Hmm.
used to give at least 4 hours daily because I
Hmm.
was preparing for 2 years. So 4 hours daily helped me a lot. A candidate preparing now can increase it to 6 to 8 hours also. If you know that you have been preparing well for those 4 hours, then you can spend all of your other time doing whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
So that is one thing which worked for me. And yes, don't worry too much about the exam because your mental state is what is going to get you a good rank.
Hmm. Hmm. Just be relaxed and don't be too anxious about things. But I'm sure you would have had your moments of restlessness as well during those
Yes,
2 years,
sir.
or you never had. You must have had that that fear or that moment of restlessness where maybe when one day there is a less score in a mock. So how did you react it to those things?
Yes, sir. Sir, it was a different kind of restlessness.
Hmm.
So because I had gotten into NUJS Kolkata last year
Last
as
year,
well.
huh, huh.
Yes, sir. So
I think
my
COVID helped you, right? COVID helped you.
yes, sir.
During those COVID sessions when we were like having all day online class, or not say all day, like every day online classes, and they were like going back to back, and there was not a pressure from school. There was
Yes, sir.
like there was no 8 hours of school, and and you had to be at home and prepare. So I think you had more time to prepare for CLAT. You had
Yes, sir.
prepared for CLAT 1 year, made it to NUJS in 11th itself, and then in fact, I know a lot of students during the COVID year in that 11th standard who have made it to the top 2 or 3 colleges, and then they wrote the examination this year.
Yes,
Hmm.
sir. Yes,
So
sir. So because that fear is always there, because I had gotten a rank of 218. What if in CLAT 2022 I get a rank which is not as good?
right.
So that pressure was there,
Hmm.
but still I was pretty confident about my chances. At least in the top 50, I was confident about. But even if a person feels anxious or restless, I think the best thing to do in that moment is just talk to your family.
Hmm.
Because if you look at your family, you will realize that they will treat you the same way no matter what. They will always love you. So there's no problem in uh, cracking an exam or not being able to do so because your family and your friends are always going to be there for you.
Be there for you. Cool. Thank you so much, Rahul. It was fantastic interacting with you.
Thank you, sir.
A lot of things to learn. I think this and a very special thing to hear to learn from this session is that how cool and calm and how peaceful you have been throughout your preparation. And in fact, it is looking on your face right now how serene and sublime and peaceful you have been in your preparation. Please continue the way you have been doing. I hope this peace brings a lot more peace and happiness in your life. Go
Thank
ahead
you so much, sir.
all the way to Bangalore. All the best. I'll ask your seniors to rag you well, right?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है राहुल, चलो, bye bye, take care of yourself, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Anything that you would like to put it on records for the family, for the friends, because
Yes,
this
sir.
because this will be going on YouTube, so I'm sure the family has a very big role to play. The friends who uh, relax you in those restless situations have a big role to play, so yes.
Yes, sir. So, first thing I would like to thank is my elder sister
Hmm.
and my school
What's your name?
teachers. Her name is Shivangi Malviya.
Okay,
Yes,
Shivangi,
sir.
yeah.
And I would like to thank my school teachers as well because they always showed faith in me.
Right.
So, if a student gets positive reinforcement, then
Hmm.
he or she also feels self-confident.
Hmm.
And that is what I felt throughout my school life also.
Satya
And
Sai School
because of,
Indore.
yes, sir.
Satya Sai School Indore, yes. Huh.
Yes, sir. And because of my family and my sister also.
Cool.
And yes, sir.
Chalo, great. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, sir.
kudos to the family, kudos to the school and you have made your school very proud and you have made the city very proud. So I think it's the best ever rank from Indore,
Yes, sir.
best ever rank from Indore that you quoted, which is AIR 13 that has come in CLAT 2022. So you have set some really high benchmarks for the students based out of Indore and in that region. Let's see how it goes from here on. Chalo, bye bye. Take care of yourself. Bye, Rahul. See
Bye,
you.
sir.